Hey everybody, and welcome back to FSi DFS. I am McKinley 412, and today we're looking at this six-game early slate so far in this video. We're going to have notes down in the description below for the main slate. Also, six games happening later tonight. This early slate is pretty ugly in terms of pitching. We only have one pitcher out of the 12 who has a strikeout rate above 20%, which is just terrifying and tells you everything you need to know about the pitching on this slate. One downfall is there is some weather that we do have to be paying attention to, some rain risk. It says rain in Pittsburgh. True. But I think the biggest risk is actually the Toronto-Baltimore game at this point in time, which is unfortunate because, well, Kevin Gossman is that one pitcher who has the strikeout rate above 20%, and it's kind of like the SP1 automatically on this slate. So he has some rain risk to him. So we'll see. The slate's going to be dicey. I recommend going a little bit lighter on this early slate because of so much uncertainty with the pitching, uncertainty with weathers and delays. The exact same thing happened yesterday. It was just an absurd weather slate. Play late for this one. Main slate, haven't yet looked at it, but I did want to get this early video out for you guys. So please come back, check the description, or check the comments down below. Me and Mega will get those notes out to you at some point in the afternoon. So let's look at this. Let's look at the pitching. Starting off, Kevin Gossman. He is your one pitcher. He is your SP1. He is the guy up at the top who has the strikeout rate above 20%. I can't remember exactly where he's at. He's like 26 maybe. But he's got Baltimore, a Baltimore team that they're really fighting for a playoff spot. I mean, we did not expect this earlier on the season. They're an actually decent offense, but I still think compared to everybody else on this entire slate, Kevin Gossman, he's your SP1 on the slate today. Michael Wacha, he's going to be coming in at SP2 for me. Well, not SP2 for me in terms of cash. I mean, second best pitcher up in this top tier here. He's been doing fine. Honestly, he's been doing really well as of late. He's seen his salary just kind of creep up higher and higher and higher because of it. His strikeout rate is up. I mentioned that a lot of guys haven't had 20% strikeout rate on this slate. Waka, over the past month or two, his is above the 20% mark. So his strikeout rate is up. He's got a nice matchup going up against Tampa Bay. Just faced them, 16 DK points in it. Let's see. I had around 14 DK points in the one prior to that, but still. I think Waka, he could be a fine play. It's a good GPP play, in my opinion. Kind of get off the chalk combination of pitchers. And I think that chalk combination of pitchers is going to be Gossman and Taijuan Walker for the Mets. So sticking to this kind of more expensive guys, Gossman, Walker, and then I have Talon, and then Patino. Patino, decent start in the middle of August, 21 DK points. Does say down here he was optioned to the minors, gave up 9 runs in just 9 innings over 9 innings. Oh, got the words backwards there. So not too confident in him. Boston, their offense has been a little bit better as of late. So he's kind of ranked in the bottom tier for that. But Taijuan Walker, he's going to be a lot of people's SP2, especially in cash games. It's Gossman Walker. I think it's going to be a very, very popular combination. Walker going up against Pittsburgh, but again, second probably scariest game in terms of weather is the Pittsburgh game. So your two kind of pitchers that you can rely on maybe on this slate are the two pitchers that are in the two heaviest rain threats. Yay! This is what I'm saying. This slate is not super exciting to me. Flaherty, he kind of rounds things out. He's just coming off the IL. Always concerning when guys are coming off the IL, but he did get a little bit of more rest than usual, so I think he'll be just fine. He had a nice start for 6.2 innings, struck out 9 against in the minors. So he's got Washington, very solid, but the hesitancy is he's coming off the IL, a long IL stint. That's always just a word of caution to me. But if you want to go GPP with him, thumbs up, do it. Awesome, love it. Everybody else is just like, nope. This could almost be like a fade. I don't want to be touching any of these 6 pitchers. It's really going to be in your player pool: Gossman, Walker, Waka, Tayan, Flaherty, maybe Patino in there. maybe, but you're just going to be sticking with these top 5 guys. I really, unless you're making 150 lineups, I really wouldn't be touching too much outside of that. Going to the Mets, New York Mets, Milwaukee, those are like your top two. They're very interchangeable. You can put Milwaukee in Coors Field going up against Feltner. You can put the Mets going up against a right-hander. I think they're both in absolute smash spots here, and you can really make a nice, solid lineup with both these teams and with Gossman and with Walker. Guys I would be starting out with, Long for sure at second base. First base, you could go Tellez, you could go Vogelbach, Hayura. There's a lot of guys that, I mean, Alonso even. Like, the lefties are just so good. The lefties. The Mets are just so good against right-handed pitching. But if you want to throw Tellez in there with Long, I would be probably going, I mean, Adames or Lindor, really doesn't matter. Those are both in great spots. I'd be putting Renfroe in the outfield, and then just kind of like fill it in from there. You got guys like Nimmo and McCutcheon. Peterson, 3.3K. He's going to have that nice lefty-righty matchup. He could be in for a great spot. If Taylor is in, 2.8K, we know of his upside and what he can do. He could be a GPP darling, getting a little bit off the chalk bats that people are going to be going towards. But I think like this could be a great starting spot, especially in cash play, really focusing heavy on Milwaukee, and then just a lot of those great New York Mets plays, just because they are such a great team against right-handed pitching. If you're going more for a GPP route, I think Colorado, St. Louis, even touching like this Boston, I think could be really intriguing. I don't think many people are going to be going in on Boston, so maybe I would put them above the New York Yankees. I think I'm just going to do that right now. I'll put Boston above the New York Yankees here. But St. Louis, Colorado, Boston, I think are all in great spots here. St. Louis, on their side of things, they got two dirt cheap guys, Nootbaar, Dickerson, if he's in, he's super cheap. Donovan, he's under 3K. You could throw Donovan in there as well. Donovan can move up to third base if you really want to. Pair them with Colorado. Colorado, I'd be going more for their middle infield and onto that left-hand side. So Rogers, McMahon. Where are we going? Oh, yeah, you could throw Edman in. Oh, Blackman. He was the guy I was trying to talk about earlier. I was like, who is this? Rogers, McMahon, and Blackman. Throw in Nootbaar if you want. Throw in Dickerson if he's in there. He's super cheap. You could go Cron. You could go Goldschmidt. You could go Pujols. Pujols is only 2.7K still. I don't know how. I'm telling you, it's because he's same position eligibility as Goldschmidt, and DK wants us to play a game. Do you fade Goldschmidt? That's risky, but you open up a whole lot of salary, and I think that's DK's little game to us. But if you throw in a Goldschmidt in there, I mean, you got 6K remaining. You still have to throw in some pitchers, but I already talked about how Waka could be a nice option. You can talk about Flaherty being 3.9K. Easy peasy. You can do it. Salary is not too much of an issue just because St. Louis has so many guys that do open things up for you on the cheap side. And yeah, I mean, Boston, what are their prices at? Very affordable, very affordable. You could be throwing in a lot of their nice lefty guys, Verdugo, Devers, and just building on from there. Like I said, their offense has been quite a bit better. They got Story back, got Kike Hernandez back. So Boston, their slump that they had kind of post All-Star break, I think they're kind of out of it. And I think they're kind of back in. But you can throw with Boston. I think they could be a nice, pivot off the main top plays of New York, Milwaukee, St. Louis, Colorado, and just being a little bit different. You could throw in Toronto in there if you want, and even the Yankees. But man, the Yankees, what is going on? It's been ugly as of late. But I'll obviously throwing those guys in as well. Going up against Archer, that is not a pitcher that you have to be scared of at all. So maybe this is the game that the Yankees finally figure it out, finally get back to what they're doing. It seems like the only way they score runs is through Aaron Judge hitting a home run. And, well, that's not going to win you a World Series. So, yeah, I mean, that kind of covers everything that I really wanted to talk about. It's the Mets, it's Milwaukee. Those are your top two that you're going to be targeting. Colorado, Boston, and St. Louis. I think those are your three, the GPP plays that I like the most. And then as far as pitchers, just sticking with these top 5 guys of Gossman, Waka, Tyen, Walker, and Flaherty. I really wouldn't be having much interest in any of these 6 guys down here. And even Patino, he's a flip of the coin wild card. Who knows what remains to be seen with him. So that kind of covers everything for this early slate. Please come back for the notes on the main slate down in the description below or in the comments below. And good luck in your contest this afternoon, and we will see you in the next video.